This is, perhaps you could call it a tag video. It's a tag on emulation, and I actually was inspired to do this because of Supersonic Fan. He asked me a question on emulation, and he said, "Hey Mark, stupid question. Do you like emulators? I dislike them. Um, I want to know what you think of it, and I would like to know what you guys think of emulation." Uh, well, the past couple of years, months, I've had various systems die on me. My Vectrex systems that didn't survive the move to my new house, a Commodore 64, which was luckily repaired by UK Retro Games, a Snes, an MSX machine, Game Gear, and also a 7800 was actually dying on me. So, um, well, it's either, I mean, emulation may actually be the only way to be able to play these old games in the future. It's either that or develop some serious electrical engineering skills, or get a huge surplus of retro gaming systems or computer systems, which I'm actually in the process of doing right now. Actually, all of them. um, so, from a preservational, historical, archeological standpoint, I think emulators may even be necessary to preserve what we have. Uh, as yeah, the gaming industry itself isn't doing much about it. Actually, I mean, um, past has shown that they are actually more than willing to throw away old game stuff and hardly do any preservation or preserving. And that's actually Retro Gamer VX. I mean, I'm trying to do a video and he's responding on Twitter, and I'm just okay. um, and this blue screen pops up all the time, and I'm not gonna redo this. No, I'm just gonna continue to do the tag, and I'm actually very curious in what he twittered, but he must be going through a withdrawal because he's without internet. But let's move on to the subject of emulation. So the gaming industry isn't doing a lot on preservation. Again, oh my God, booming heavy box with blooming big heavy box with UK Retro Games. Okay, well, Twitter. I mean, I think in the future will be so fragmented that we won't even have time to finish our sentences because we're twittering all the time. All the time. Sorry to well. Anyways, uh, the industry isn't doing much about preserving culture, gaming culture. Uh, I am, but as these old systems are bound to break down, the only way to preserve them, if the games industry isn't doing so themselves, is actually by in form of emulation, where people can have an open source system with the game files and just be able to play them. Um, because the industry isn't doing so, and actually they prevent the regular user from doing so by all these copy protection schemes. And yeah, I mean, in a couple of decades we won't be able to play these games anymore, and that is going to be sad, I guess. So, and a lot of people they actually think emulators are somewhat synonymous to piracy, but it is truly not. Of course, there's always people who say, emulation is piracy, and but it's not. It's just a way of making some code run on a different machine, and actually, a lot of these machines actually themselves are using forms of emulation. So yeah, I mean, people are entitled to dislike emulation, but these Nintendo 64s, Genesis, Mega Drives, PlayStation game systems aren't gonna live forever, aren't gonna last forever. So curious what your thoughts are on emulation. And I think this has been discussed before, but I don't care. I want to hear your current thoughts on emulation. Okay, Mark signing off, and I'll be back with another video soon.